1-2 with 2 outs. Runners out to their leads. Law is clipped. Oh my goodness. Upper part of the body. I'm not sure if it got the helmet there, but Law got hit and he's hunched over. Standing Jamie Keefe comes in. Here comes Laurie Graham. And now Junior Rojo leaves the Boulders dugout. Alex Kreis and the Three Rivers Eagles coming out of their dugout. I haven't seen contact yet. The bullpens are clearing. And we have a shouting match now along the first base line. Well, I don't see any physical contact yet. Charlie Law pointing at Alex Kreis and the Eagles with his left hand. He's being restrained. I'm sure we're going to have an ejection here of some sort. Well, Law is going to take first base. Junior Rojo sprinted off the bench first. The Eagles meandering their way back to the dugout. A lot of shouting right now between these two teams, and Dan, I think we have seen it all today.
I really do. Wow, I don't know where to begin with that. Charlie Law is the one saying, hey, don't worry about it. Oh. Daniel Corella out there, Junior Rojo was out there. That was scary, though. You just don't want to see that up in the head. And Alex Kreis ought to just sit down.
Yeah, I don't know what Alex Kreis put in his coffee this morning, but we saw him screaming coming off the field when he left in the 7th inning after he allowed a run and anywhere Kreis had no control. And then he's going out there and instigating it right now. So maybe we're not going to see an ejection. I just saw Junior Rojo dart out of the dugout like a bullet. And Kreis was out there screaming, too, tempers flaring.
Well, he was certainly livid, Junior was. That was just very, very scary. We had just talked about how hard Downing throws the ball. We've seen him constantly 94, 95, 96. And that, I mean, I don't know. We didn't see the replay where that hit Charlie Law, but that looked like it was up in the jaw.
Oh, it was definitely the upper part of the body. It either sounded like it hit plastic or maybe hit Law up top somewhere, but that's dangerous. And the Boulders right there defending their teammate. Three Rivers, they've had a day of frustration, so they are out on the field too, so I don't see any ejections here. Another count, 1 ball and no strikes.
I understand the Eagles are frustrated with the umpiring, but you can't mess with someone's livelihood because you're frustrated by the umpire.
Well, I'll just say this as Downing delivers. DeBellis swings and misses 1-1. That would be flat out stupid right there for Downing to throw a ball in a situation like that where your team is still in this ball game. You're down by 2 runs and you have the middle of the order coming up in the top half of the 9th inning. So if there was malicious intent, then shame on Downing for putting his team in that position. As DeBellis a 3/4 swing. Strike 2, the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And if that was Downing's way of retribution.
Well, that's just what I don't understand, though. There'd be nothing really to want retribution for because it's not really the Boulders who are the butt of what's been happening to the Eagles today.
1-2 pitch. DeBellis swings and tips it foul. Now, I understand the Boulders defending their player there. Kreis was doing a lot of shouting from the bench. I just can't imagine that Downing would be so silly enough in that situation to throw at Charlie Law. Again, it's a close game here. In the middle of the order's coming up in the 9th inning.
Yeah, I agree. But as we look at the Boulders dugout, you see some very angry faces over there.
1-2 with 2 outs. DeBellis pops it up foul. And I agree with you. Alex Kreis has to cool off.
No doubt. No doubt.
I mean, I understand that he might have some ill feelings towards this Boulders organization for trading him away, but prove it with your play on the field, not being a hothead loudmouth coming from the dugout. In my mind, he's as much responsible for instigating that situation as anybody out there. Go back to the bench, Alex, and perform on the field and leave it at that. Bases loaded, 1-2 with 2 outs. DeBellis with a high fly ball. Deep right field, that's carrying. Lagarde track, that ball is gone, and that's how you answer. Alex DeBellis with a grand slam home run. And the Boulders take a commanding lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
How about that, rookie? Touch them all. Second game in a row where the Boulders have hit a grand slam in the 8th inning. And after all that fuss, boy, what a way to answer for the Boulders.
Well, that's the way you do it. The Boulders now With 5 in here in the 8th, they take a 12-6 lead. Alex DeBellis, his first Boulders home run, now has 8 runs batted in. You want to send a message, that's how you do it, as Papaccio lines it back to the screen. They count 0-1.
Wow.